Where can I do that? We're cutting hair. We're cutting hair. Rosvita, ah, beloved. Hi. What you up to? What you up to, dear? What you doing over there? Let me go outside. Let me go outside so I can speak. It's like I'm in the library. Rosvita, what you up to, dear? You said nothing much. Same here. It's a Monday, but it's a quiet Monday. I'm waiting for people to do their part so I can do my part. You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting. But it's 12:08 a.m. Damn, it's 12:08. Yeah, it's 2:38 in the afternoon here, p.m. So I'm thinking about cutting my hair, dear. What you think? All these my locks, they about to be gone. About to be short hair. What you think? Should I cut my hair? Should I not cut my hair? What you think? Um, that's the subject matter and the topic of today. And then there's free chat. I know Ananya said that she wanted me to do a live where there's free chat. So hopefully she jump on here. I know, right? I like my locks, but I've had them for a long time. I've had my locks for a long time, and they're holding energy from the past. I feel like, you know, they're holding energy from the past. My hair is getting long too. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, like, how long do I want it to get? You know what I mean? Thanks for the compliment. Thank you for telling me they look great. But yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about cutting my hair. I'm not sure if I should or not. I just feel like it's carrying a lot of energy of the past. You know, I think that my hair tends to carry energy, and my hair, I've had locks for a long time, and you know, I just think that maybe I should cut it. I'm not certain just yet, though. I'm not certain just yet. Okay, who is this? Ariela. Ariela. I mean, yeah, I don't. What's the point of saying that, Ariela? You just want to be mean? I don't know. Let me see, Ariela. Can I? No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get at you later. Snapshot of that. Um, Whoever this young lady is, Ariela. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Um, you saying that to try to hurt me or something like that? I don't know, but I'm not homeless because I want to be. I'm being pushed down. People are holding me from getting to where I want to go. I'm being bonded. Yeah, like what's the point? Because she wants to be mean. She wants to attack me. But if I knew who she was, if I knew her channel, if I knew things about her, I would attack her. You know what I mean? Just the Bible tells us to do unto others as they do unto you. And so that's what I'm gonna do that to you one day. You know what I mean? I'm gonna attack you. But it doesn't hurt me. You know, I've already told people that I'm in a situation. I've already told people I sleep in my car. Um, but the fact that you want to try to hurt me and attack me. Let's see, who is this? Uh, I mean, I don't. You know what? Rosvita, you know what? I was just thinking this the other day. Like, it's more embarrassing to rhyme and sing in front of people than it is to be homeless. I mean, for me, I was just thinking about this the other day. It's way more embarrassing. Brantley Driz, how you doing, dear? What's going on? I think that's your name, Brantley Driz. But Yeah, it's more embarrassing to sing and rap than it is to in front of people than it is to be homeless. Like homeless, I'm a man. You know, men pick themselves up. They do stuff like that. But you know, this lady wants to attack me, and it just goes to prove that people are cruel and evil. And you know, Ella, oh, you doing good? Blessed him? Who's blessed him? I don't know what you talking about, Brandley Driz. The Trash Trio. I don't know what that is. FGIR. Dog, hold up. I can't stand them. Jerry, Larry. Let's show what he said, everybody. I can't stand them. Daywalker. Hello, homeless black man. Who is Daywalker? You know, a lot of y'all who get on here are cowards, dog. Y'all are so cowardly that y'all make these y'all make these mock accounts and stuff like that. But I mean, I wouldn't say all Spanish women can't stand me. I just think that they might be mad because I don't think they look as good as black women or Indian women. Indian women are neck and neck when it comes to the looks. When, you know, black women and Indian women, some of the best looking women on the earth, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Larry, the coward who jumps in my live to attack me. What are you, Larry? Obviously, you a coward because you don't put your real face or identity out there. What is Larry? Daywalker. Yeah, I know I got internet trolls. I'm not really tripping, Rosevita. But it's true though. These Spanish women, they attack me. They hate me. They hate me because I'm not Latino, and I don't claim that shit. You know, I got Latin blood in me, but I was raised by black people, man, and I represent and stand by black folk. But you know, there are a lot of Latinos out there that I'm cool with, that's cool with me, and shout out to them. But for the rest of y'all, man, you know, I pray that the Lord deal with you. I would say deport you, call ICE and all that stuff, but see, that's mean. I'm not a mean person like that. And y'all gonna get y'all just due. Y'all gonna get y'all just due, especially for attacking me. I don't really be talking about y'all like that. You know, I said what I needed to say in reference to Spanish people, and not all of them, but quite a few of y'all. Y'all enable white supremacy, and y'all look up to white daddy. Y'all want to be white, but y'all are not white. Spanish people, y'all are indigenous, and you need to go back to claiming your indigenous roots. When you go back to claiming your indigenous roots, you will be able to gain back your inheritance, which is part of American lands. Part of America does belong to not only Native Americans, but the indigenous out of Mexico and out of Central America. It does belong to them. But y'all can't get that back unless you go back indigenous. And, you know, you still use the colonizer, the Hispanic. Y'all still claim Spanish and use that language, but they don't claim you. They just don't. And you are indigenous. You are Mayan and Incan. You should be proud of that. Y'all have a great history. Y'all have a long history. Being part of the colonization of Spaniards and the conquistadors, that's not your history. But I just wanted to get that out there. You should be nice to him. He's just trying to have fun, live. You should just be me. hey, Brandley Driz, I appreciate that, dear. No, Daywalker, I don't know why they keep blocking what you got to say, but we're gonna put it up here because we want people to see. Oh, you're from Germany. Hold on, sometimes he's black, sometimes he's white, sometimes he's Spanish. Hold on, let's go back because I didn't even know Larry June says that. Sometimes he's black. I'm always black. I'm never white. I'm never Spanish. I don't speak Spanish like that. I only speak Spanish when I need to. Because there's so many Spanish people here that a lot of them actually don't speak English. Um, and we waiting for y'all to be cleared out and stuff like that. But I don't take offense to what Jerry Larry says, because Jerry Larry, these are cowards that come up here and attack. And they have to attack me because I'm more powerful than them. You see, Jerry Larry, I'm more powerful than you. Um, and women like me better than they like you. You probably one of those, I don't even want to assume what kind of guy you are, but we know that you're a loser and we know that you're inferior to me. You know what I mean? You're inferior because you have to attack another man instead of standing into your own power and being you. Um, and you're inferior because you won't say none of this stuff you saying over the internet to my face. I know you local around here somewhere. Where you at? Pop up on me. Pull up. Larry, that's to Larry Jerry. And we want to reveal what he says so that we can know how much of a hater he is, including Daywalker, who's a German. And I actually have some German white friends who are cool. They not like you. But it just goes to show that white supremacy is still very, very real. And Spanish people, not all Spanish people, but the ones that want to incorporate within society, you guys are their puppets. They use you as puppets and string you along, And until you go back to you being in, you were colonized and created by the Spanish culture, by conquistadors. They wanted a less dominant person. They wanted a person that can be domesticated and that would just do what they said, because it didn't work with the Indian. It didn't work with black folk. It didn't work in different parts and nations of the world, but it worked in Central America. And they overruled you and created you. They mixed their blood with you so that you could be a docile person, that you would just do whatever they say, because we've never seen Spanish people revolt against white daddy and white mommy, white supremacy. We've never seen that. We've seen it now because they just don't want to go home. And quite frankly, to play devil's advocate, I don't think that they should have to go home, being that we let them over here. We let them over here, whether it was right or wrong. They're here now. I feel like we should just give all those illegals their own state and let them be in their own state. Let them build their cities. They still have to comply with U.S. law and U.S. Constitution, but it's so many of them, we should just give them their own state and let them build their own economy. And let's just see how they do. We did let them all over here. They weren't just pouring over here like that. So we did let them all over here. But let's get back to Rosvita. Rosvita said, yeah, sadness is all over his face and voice chat. Jerry Larry, I wish you would just, I wish I could invite you up here so you could debate me, because you're just such a coward. What a coward, dog. Luxury Saturn. Who are these people? Luxury Saturn. No, I know that you are a nice guy. Thank you, Brandy Driz. Why would I be Spanish? I'm not Spanish. I never grew up Spanish. Hold on, this is to Jerry Larry. I'm answering his question as I'm going through the chat, because I know you're still here. I'm black. I was raised black. When I was born, my mom wrote me down and she checked off nationality. She checked black. She didn't check Spanish. And number one. Number two, I don't have any direct relatives that are Latino. Based off my ancestry, based off the history that my dad has told me, who doesn't want to be Latin himself. Let's get that straight. My father, who I just met, I think it's coming up 3 years, he don't even want to be Latin himself. He married into white culture. He married a white woman. Nothing wrong with that. You marry who you want to marry. But I just feel like if you're really proud Latino, if you're really proud black, if you're really proud whatever nation you're from, you marry within your culture, But you marry whoever you want to marry. That is what it is. But let's see. So you're refusing to be Spanish. How can you refuse something that when that was rejected, that rejected you. Spanish people rejected me since I was a kid, dog. I've always been black. I have a black abuela. You know, I got a black abuela, a foundationally black abuela. Okay. I have a foundationally black abuelo. Now they're not abuelos or abuelas. I'm just calling them that. But they're descendants of slaves. I was raised by them from 0 to they passed away. Okay. I never knew a true Latina abuela. Never. I never knew a true Latino abuelo. Never. Because I never had one. On top of that, growing up, you know, they Spanish folk, Latino folk, Hispanic folk, whatever y'all want to be called, y'all never accepted me. I used to just be called black growing up, even though now y'all want to try to claim me. I guess because that's why y'all mad, or y'all mad because your origin of how you were created. I mean, don't be mad at me about your origin. Be mad at yourselves for not fighting back colonization. But why would I be Spanish? It's not that I refuse it. I never grew up that way. And still to this day, nobody in the Latins, Hispanic, Spanish community has grabbed my hand and said, come, let me show you. Ayudar, let me teach you. No, excuse me, ayudar. What is the teach? It's gonna come to my mind. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't even speak Spanish that much. I know the word. It's just gotta come to my mind. What is the word? What is the word? I'm trying to think of what the word is. Anyways, I can't think of it right now. But I've never had Spanish friends like that. Let's be quite honest. Let's be really honest. I've maybe had about 4 to 5 actual Latino friends that I might have got high with. We might have smoked some weed together. We never did nothing else besides that. That's just a factual actual. There was one Spanish dude who looks white. I'll leave his name out of this. He could pass for white. You wouldn't even, Spanish people don't even think he's Spanish because he don't look Spanish. He looked like a white boy, but he's pure. I think Puerto Rican and Mexican, I think. But he looks like a straight white boy. Nothing against that. Speaks perfect Spanish. Me and him did some business together. That's about it. But we didn't hang out. We weren't that cool. We were cool enough to trust each other to do business, but we weren't that cool. Nobody in the Latino Spanish, man or woman, has ever grabbed my hand and accepted me into the Latino community, and that's a fact. The only place I've ever been accepted is in the black community. And so to Jerry Larry, you're refusing to be Spanish. How do you refuse something that you were rejected? You see what I'm saying? How do you refuse something that you were rejected? And y'all still reject me because really, and I've had a Mexican couple tell me this maybe about a year or so ago. We were sitting down having drinks, a guy and his wife. They've been here since they were 16 and 17. They got married at that young age. They've been together since 16 and 17. They're in their 50s. Great couple, beautiful couple. And they told me, Latino people are just jealous of you because you look better than them. This is what they said. These aren't my words. This is from a Mexican couple because they said that y'all are jealous of me. And to be honest with you, I pay y'all no mind. Now, I want to make sure that I put reverence on some of the Latino community that has been taking care of me. There's a couple girls and guys in this community. You know what I mean? For some reason, they just been looking out for me. And I gave them my respect by writing in Spanish. I gave them some letters, I gave them some cards. Because, just for the fact that they're looking out for me, I appreciate that. But the fact that our cultures don't necessarily blend and y'all still looking out for me, I just wanted to give them thank you cards, because they didn't have to look out for me. But I look out for Spanish folk all the time. I look out for any people, no matter what race you are. But I'm proud to be a black American, and I'm proud to stand with black Americans in the struggle and the fight. And the reason being is because I grew up black. I grew up with all black people. Okay? Even my friends, all my friends to this date, growing up were black. I didn't grow up around Spanish people at all. Um, and so I don't take offense to what Jerry Larry said. What I take offense to is that, well, I don't really take offense to anything he says, but what I would say to Jerry Larry is that you don't have any understanding of what it's like to be biracial. And I think that you're mad that I'm not taking up for Latino folks when I don't need to take up for Latino people. I need to take up for my people. I didn't come here for Latino people. And that's not disrespect to y'all. Y'all have your own heroes and your own children that came here to represent you and to stand up for you. But that's not me. Now, what I told the people, the group of Latinas and the Latinos, they work together and they've been looking out for me. I won't forget what y'all did. And that's why I'm not mad at Jerry Larry, because there are Latino people in the community that, I'll just call y'all Latinos, that look out and that are cordial and that are cool like that. And that have understanding like, yeah, he just didn't grow up with us and I don't look Spanish. Like, I'm trying to tell you, growing up, Spanish people always was like, moreno, negro. You know what I mean? That's how they looked at me. And they didn't look at me no other kind of way. So you can't expect me to be accepting or wanting to be a part of Latino community. Why would I want to do that? I've grown up black. All I've dated is black women in my life. And, Latino women, you said Latino women hate me. They hate me for wrong reasons, to be honest with you. And because there's a language barrier and a culture barrier, they don't understand me. You see what I'm saying? And so I think Latin women, y'all have y'all opinion, but it don't hold no weight, because God knows the truth and He knows that I'm telling the truth. Plus, I don't try to talk to Latino women ever. I've never tried to talk to a Latino woman. I'm nice to them. I'm kind to them when they're kind to me and they're nice to me, but I've never tried to talk to one. I've had to put some in their place, because the thing I'm learning about Latino women is they're nosy as hell and they talk way too much. They talk more than anybody in the world. They're the biggest gossipers without having all the information. They just go da-da-da-da-da off the top of their head. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I had to correct one who I didn't even know that was following me on my social media page. And she has a husband and was pregnant and all that. And I told her, I was like, look, you shouldn't be following me on my page. Where is your husband? Because your husband needs to know that you're following my page. You know what I'm saying? And, I try to let it be known. Wanting to be black. It's interesting. See, Spanish people, he got to be a Spanish person. Spanish people are so weird, bro. They're so weird. Not all of them, but this particular one is so weird. Wanting to be black, which I am black. Been black my whole life. This is why I tend to stay to myself. Dave Walker says, just because I'm a German doesn't mean I'm a racist, my friend. Oh, you racist. You racist. See, that's the number one thing that racist people do. Racist people love to say they're not racist when they actually are racist. Instead of just confronting their insecurity about being racist, they just are. Like I say, I got German friends and they don't act like that towards me. No, he's not, and he's English, and his English. No, he is not. What is this? Brandley Driz says, no, he is not. He is English, a nice person. You guys need to be very nice. Thank you, Brandley Driz. People should live where they please. No, they should not. Daywalker says people should live where they please. No, they shouldn't. No, they should not. See, the thing about it is a lot of the Latinos come up here to live in the United States because they don't want to fix their country and their governments. See, their governments are corrupt, just like other nations across the world, just like other nations in Africa and all that, and in China and everywhere there's bad governments and there's bad leadership. But see, the problem with y'all is y'all don't want to correct y'all leadership. Not even that. Y'all don't want to correct the street gang shit that y'all got going on. In which case, it's mainly predatory against its own people. The Latin gangs, the Spanish gangs, are mainly predatory to their own people. They're not really predatory towards any other nation but their own people. So y'all don't want to fix y'all don't want to fix that. And then y'all don't want to fix y'all governments. But y'all want to come to a place that's well established and well protected and has a judicial system and everything. Y'all want to come here, and that's not cool. You know what I mean? That's not cool. This one of my good Spanish homies, bro. We be in the gym working out, okay? Yeah. So, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all and y'all haters. And thanks for letting me know that the Spanish community has been trying to push me down because y'all hate me. Don't worry. In a little bit, y'all gonna be deported. The bad ones. Because like I say, the people that I like, the Spanish people that are cool like that, I'm gonna be standing beside them and I'm gonna be advocating for them. Especially the ones that took care of me and been looking out. I'm gonna advocate for them. I'm gonna protect them. I'm gonna stand up for them. But the rest of y'all that hate and got all this hate and think that you can talk to me and that I'm not black and all this other stuff, peace out. People should live where they want to live. We talked about that. Rose Vita said, oh, yes, be nice. Hold on, Larry June. We got to put what Larry June says up here. I don't know why it's blocking. Black people don't reject me, dog. Black people are confused when it comes to me because there's so much going on and being said. And without me knowing what's going on and being said to combat it, some black people just get confused. They're not sure. But Jerry Larry hates everybody. I want everybody to see what Jerry Larry is saying. He's such a hater. He has so much hate in his heart towards me. It's probably somebody I don't know. You know what I mean? But he's got so much hate that he doesn't want me to be accepted in any community because he's such a hater. He's so jealous. He's so inferior to me. You see, Jerry Larry is so inferior to me. He's so inferior that he has to hate. He has to reject me. He has to be mean to me. He has to be unlike a child of God. And this is why I said a lot of Spanish people are not going to heaven. There are some that are, but a lot of them are not because of their heart space and how they move. They're really racist. And see, Jerry Larry, he's racist against biracial people because he wants to be biracial. Jerry Larry wants to be biracial, but he cannot be biracial, right? And Jerry Larry might be an ugly person that women don't desire him, you know? Maybe, I don't know what Jerry Larry looks like. But I want you people to see that this is not my own doing. I'm in homelessness right now because of people like Jerry Larry who are running around telling people whatever he's telling them. I don't know what he tells people about me. You know, he's running around the Latino communities trying to get people to be on his side, to advocate for him, to believe the shit that he's saying. Whoa. Jerry Larry, it's going to come back to you. And my people don't reject me. They're just confused. They're not sure. They're not sure. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them are and a lot of them aren't. But, you know, if anything, black people get mad at me because I'm a stand up. Any culture might get mad at me because I'm a stand up. You see, I'm going to stand up to you. I don't believe in abuse. So I'm going to stand up to your abuse. That doesn't mean I'm going to be violent with you. It just means I'm going to be confident in standing up to abuse. Because I don't believe in abuse for anybody. But Jerry Larry, I want y'all to see this. Jerry Larry, he's a hater. You see, he's a hater. And he's probably out of the Spanish community saying everything he's saying. He said Remember, he said, you could go back to the chat, family, but he said that Spanish women specifically hate me. I don't even try to talk to Spanish women like that. I'm cordial with the ones that I'm cordial with, but I don't even talk to Spanish women like that. Nor do I try to date them. You know what I mean? He says that I'm rejecting being Spanish. Like I'm supposed to accept it. When I literally have no living descendants on my father's side of the family. There are no living descendants. My father is the last living descendant. I have cousins that are 3-4 times removed. So they're not really my cousins. Nor do they accept me. I've tried to hit up a bunch of them. You're a Negro. You know what I mean? They don't hang around Negroes. Y'all Spanish people grow up telling y'all children don't hang around black folk. That's a fact. I've heard not only Spanish people say it, black people say it. It's a fact. Y'all grow up telling y'all children don't hang around black folk. It's a fact. Let me see. Oh, I'm not listening to them. I'm combating their trolling. We got to combat the trolling. And we need the people to see. We need the people. This is to Brantley Driz. We need the people to see. This is actually great, you know, because we need the people to see that it's people like Jerry Larry that are suppressing me in the community because of whatever. See, they have to hide themselves. Jerry Larry is hiding himself, whoever he is. And he has some type of influence to where he's calling up this person, that person. Don't mess with this light-skinned nigga. Don't mess with this light-skinned black dude for whatever reason. But he won't come out like a child of God like me, show his face. He won't debate me because he's scared. He's inferior. So we need the people to see this. Jerry Larry, I'm glad that the Lord revealed you. Hi, Brantley Driz. You should not even reply to them, to be honest. They just want your reaction. You know, Rosie, you're absolutely correct. But I gave them the right reaction. I gave them an intelligent reaction. And I didn't like lash out at them because it doesn't hurt me that Spanish people feel that way. I don't mess with the Spanish community like that. And it's not a hate thing. It's not a racial thing. We've never been coordinated. We've never been on the same path, on the same level. They've always rejected me. They've never brought me to their festivities or tried to teach me their ways or anything like that. Help me with my Spanish. There was only one, actually, let me take that back. There's only one Latina woman I've ever messed with. And that was a long, long time ago. This was a long time ago. She used to work at a cell phone place. She used to work at this place called Singular. I don't know if y'all remember. It's so old, this place called Singular. A Panamanian chick. That was a long time ago, though. That was a long time ago. And, you know, we were really close. And she liked me a lot. I liked her a lot. And the last time I spoke to her, she told me she was going back to Panama. And she gave me some nookie. I'll just call it that. She gave me some nookie. And I liked her a lot. I tried to knock her up. I did. And, you know, she let me inoculate her. She let me inoculate her, right? And then turned around and got super mad at me. And was like, if I'm pregnant, you'll never see this child. It'll be in Panama. And I said, I don't think she got pregnant. But I mean, I'm just saying, this is what she told me. Never seen her again, ever. Never seen her again. But I mean, she was also a black woman. Now, what do I mean is she's a Panamanian woman, but she was a black woman. She was dark-skinned Panamanian. You know what I mean? The only thing about her that was really Latina was her hair. But there you go. It just goes to show, like, for people like Larry Jerry, you know, I'm responding because I'm responding out of calmness, temperance, and patience so that you have an understanding and so that the people, as they see your hate, as they see your you're trying to hurt me, you want to damage me, you want to hurt me, you want to touch me, but you're so inferior, Jerry Larry, whoever you are. You're so inferior that you have so much hate in your heart that Not only towards me, but actually towards black folk. You see? And Jerry Larry wants to try to separate me from my community. He wants me to be a part of the Spanish community who has never accepted me. Because, you know, he's jealous. He's upset with me, everybody. He wants me to be a part of the community, everybody. He wants me to be a part of... Come here, Larry Jerry. Let me hug you because you're so sensitive, Jerry Larry. Jerry Larry is sensitive, everybody. He's sensitive. He wants me to be Latino, everybody. Oh, my God. He wants me to be Latino so bad. But I'm just not. It just is what it is. And actually, I'm not the only half Latin, half black person that's gone through my experiences. You know, I've talked with some others. I've seen some other testimonies. So I'm not going down the wrong path. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Standing on business. I grew up seeing foundational black Americans, and that's what I'm going to stand on. Rosevita said, Rosevita said, you are talking time and replying to them says a lot about you. You are a good person. Man, you know, it's not about Rosevita. It's not about me being a good person. It's that I fear God. You see, people like Larry Jerry don't fear God. They don't believe in a higher power. They worship the devil, in which case that's a lot of that devil worship stuff is in the Latin community, low key. If you study their heritage as indigenous people, you know, they were sacrificing babies and kids and stuff to a serpent god and all that. You know what I mean? That's where their heritage comes from. But I don't hate people, you know, because here's the thing. Let's just say cataclysmic things happen on Earth. You know what I mean? My main objective is to save children of all nationalities, of all ages. Save the children, right? Because there's going to be a lot of children whose parents are going to die and all that, and they're just going to be in the streets. So I'm going to be helping those children. But, you know, where I can help, if the Lord commands me to help, I'm going to help any and every person that I can for a minimum time, right? Because my objective is to save the children and get them to a safe location in times of catastrophe. But being a nice person, being a good person, even though you're getting hated on, you're getting pushed down by a specific community, it doesn't hurt me because I fear God. You see what I'm saying? I fear the Most High God. I fear him above any man. This is what the Bible tells us. And it says, fear not him that can taketh the body, but fear him that can taketh the body and the soul, which is only the Alpha and Omega. So I'm nice and I'm kind because I believe in God. But see, a lot of these Spanish folk, a lot of these Latinos, not all of them. And see, what they're going to do if they're on this live is they're going to clip me saying things and they're going to misclip it so that it makes it seem like I hate Latino people or I don't like them or something like that. But that's not true. That's not true. That's not what I'm saying. But you do have a lot of people in your community who don't like black folk. And y'all ain't never liked me like that. So I don't know why y'all acting like I need to claim y'all. Why would you claim something that doesn't like you and has never brought you under the fold or trying to teach you anything? Let me take that back really quickly. I'm gonna walk it back just a little bit. I had a Latino dude teach me how to be a mechanic. But see, this is what he did. He used to tell me what was wrong with my car, and I would go fix it myself, and I come back rolling. And he see me rolling like, damn, I just told him yesterday what was wrong with his car, and he fixed it already. You see what I'm saying? So that is in my genetic code to like do for myself. DIY, do it yourself, right? But a Latin man helped me with that. Just like a Latin man helped me with my car the other day. But that doesn't mean that I hate Spanish community or anything. What I'm saying is that I acknowledge those. Like I said the other day, a Russian dude helped me. I got German friends, right? Those people that help me, I love. I respect. I get on my kneecap for. You know what I mean? I bow down to for the help. Why? Because Jesus said in the Bible If you're my friend, do as I ask. And see, I didn't even have to ask them. They did just because. Now, the dude that taught me how to be a mechanic or brought me under the fold as being a mechanic, good dude, great father, great man. But, you know, he was doing a little funny stuff at work, and I just don't play around with funny stuff. I just leave it at that. I'm not going to say no more. You know what I'm talking about, and I'll just leave it at that. You see, sometimes Spanish people get to thinking that they're white and get to start to doing things that some of the white culture gets to doing, like the weird stuff that they do. Some of the do. And you know, you're not white. You don't have to act like that. And I don't do none of that type of stuff. So, you know, don't do it to me, because I'll fight you. And I think that, again, in me standing up for myself, whether it be, you know, assertion through verbal conversation, or it be assertion through I might have to put my paws on you. You know, the people don't like that because they're inferior. See, they don't want to deal with their own consequences of the things that they do. So when I defend myself, then it becomes an issue. Now I'm this and that and such and such and such and such. You feel me? Same as you. Okay, hi, Brantley Driz. Well, luxury Saturn, then what is it then? You know, if y'all are not jealous, then why are y'all even watching me so much? I don't concern myself with y'all in that community. I don't. It's not a bad thing. It's not a personal thing. I don't pay attention. Like I said, I respect those that give a helping hand, but I respect those in any nation that give a helping hand. I got a Russian cat who's down for me. I got a couple white boys that's down for me. I got a couple older white folks that's down for me. I got black folk that's down for me. There's plenty of people down. You know what I mean? But it's people like Luxury Saturn and Jerry Loon. Jerry Loon. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Jerry Larry. It's people like Luxury Saturn and Jerry Larry that have so much hate and inferiority in them. You know, they want to be white so bad, or they want to participate within white culture instead of accepting that they're indigenous. I'm assuming that you guys are Latins. Maybe y'all are white supremacists, low key, maybe. I'm assuming that you guys are Latins. But, you know, again, I have nothing against Latin folks. I don't concern myself with them, and just like they don't concern themselves with me. We help each other out. We say hello. We be nice to each other, cool. But when it comes to Latin women, and I have been noticing a lot of these abuelas and tias and all that, y'all got hate for me for no reason you don't even understand. Like I say, I've never known a tia, a hermana, a hija. I've never known an abuela. Like, I've never known that. So how can you be mad at me? Or how could you be jealous? It's got to be jealousy. Because only jealousy and envy keeps you watching me. You see what I'm saying? If you wasn't jealous and if you wasn't envious, then why watch me? Why even have an opinion? You have an opinion because there's hate in your heart. You see what I'm saying? There's hate. There's jealousy because you wish you were this good looking. You wish you was light skinned. And the thing about women, well, that's another subject for another day. We'll talk about that another day. Brantley is, we're proud, whatever you want to be proud of. Thank you, dear Brantley Driz. I'm proud to be a Black American. Proud of my Black American family that has been there for me since a child. I don't necessarily agree with all the things that have happened in my childhood, obviously, but I'm proud of my Black American family. You know, I wish that we would go to our original ordination, which is, you know, my grandfather's original, you know, he originally, I have to think about that before I talk about my grandfather like that. I don't know. See, Jerry, I don't know what not black at all means. I guess you think that black people are supposed to be a certain kind of way, that black people are monoliths. And see, there again, Jerry Larry is proving how racist he is. Jerry Larry is a racist, probably a Spanish person, maybe a white supremacist. He's so racist that he says that I'm not black at all. Okay, brother. I'm not gonna argue with you over what I know. You want me to be something so badly, but it's just not that. Okay? It's just not that. And I'm so you're so inferior to me that you wouldn't even challenge me to a debate. Let's debate this out. That's how inferior you are. You have to come in here with negative comments and try to hurt me. But I'm unhurt by you because my God is more powerful. My God is more powerful. Hold on. Okay, Jerry Larry says he used to be down with Terror Squad in the Bronx. No, I wasn't. Hey, yo, the Jerry Larry is hilarious, dog. This person hate. Jerry Larry says you used to be down with Terror Squad in the Bronx. No, I didn't. Actually, everybody I know from the Bronx are black folk. Everybody I know from the Bronx are black folk. I don't know no Spanish people from the Bronx. All I know is my dad is from the Bronx. But that's it. I've only ever dealt with black folk my whole entire life. And, you know, of course, white folks. But really, that's it. All these international folks and everything, that's more new. That started in 2011, from 2011 on to 2015. You know, discovering people from different nations and everything and learning their nations and stuff like that. And I love the people from the Middle East. I love the Ethiopian people for sure. I was raised around Ethiopian people my whole college life. Know the culture very well. Love and respect my Ethiopian moms and my brothers. And, you know, whatever, my little sister, whatever. I don't really like her like that, but whatever. You know, you don't gotta like everybody. But Jerry Larry said he used to be down with Terror Squad in the Bronx. See, you got me mistaken with somebody else, Jerry Larry. I don't even deal with I don't know anybody in Terror Squad. That's number one. I don't know no Puerto Ricans besides my dad. I don't know no Puerto Ricans. I know there was one Puerto Rican I met a long time ago. We was really cool. He kind of looked like me a little bit. He was looked like me a little bit, but that gentleman started messing with the booger sugar. And, you know, it kind of disappointed me because I was just like, man, we don't do that. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to do that. I didn't judge him or anything like that, but I tend to stay away from people who mess with the booger sugar because I don't. You know what I mean? And I don't want you to feel no kind of way, and I don't want to feel no kind of way. I don't want to judge you. I don't want you to judge me. So, and, you know, if you get to messing with the booger sugar, I just tend to walk away. 'Cause that's not my style. That's not my thing. And it is what it is. Paul said hi. What's up, Paul? How you doing, Paul? Jalise Peri Francios. Hello again. Hello, Jalise. It's good to hear you. Knock her up. Yeah, Rosvita, I thank you, dear. I appreciate it, and I hope that, you know, you understand and understand the things that I'm saying. They're not hate. There's no racism in my heart. There's some bias. We got to be honest. There is some bias. I am biased, but I'm not racist. I don't hate people. And, you know, Jalise, I want you to look through the chat and look at Jerry Larry and Solar something. They have a lot of hate from me. They hate me because that I don't want to claim them. The Latino community, I guess. I don't even know how you claim it, because most people in the Latin community, they claim their countries. They're not out here claiming other Latin nations. You know what I mean? They claim their countries. You know, if you're from El Salvador, you claim El Salvador. You throw your fist at El Salvador. You know, if you're from Mexico, they throw their flag up. Mexicans is down to be Mexican. Mexico! You know, they claim their countries, but they don't claim each other as a whole entire nationality. And I guess if you speak Spanish, you know, you'll kind of gang up on everybody else as long as you speak Spanish. But, I mean, I don't know. I started learning Spanish because I thought I had to, but really, I didn't have to learn Spanish. Plus, Spanish is probably the easier language. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Spanish is probably the easier language to learn to me in reference to all the languages. Like, Spanish is more easier than like Japanese or Arabic or French, right? Or some of these Scandinavian languages. Like, it's just an easier language to learn. I don't know. Do you see me? Yes, Jaleesa. Let me see. Daywalker says, hold on, we gonna put this up here, Daywalker. Daywalker says, did he want you in a sexual way, homie? I don't know who is he. And only sexual ways that I'm dealing with, folks, is with females. I'm not doing nothing with males. I don't even hang around males like that. We might kiki and ha-ha, but, you know, we might talk about some man talk, but for real, I stay on my own. I'm looking to do what the Bible told me to do, and the Bible tells me to cling to my wife when I get her. So, you know, I'll stay on my own when it comes to that. But Daywalker, you know, you guys are so inferior. You're so inferior based off your subject matter. But I'm glad that you guys are saying this stuff, because I'm putting this out on Front Street. You know, I want people to see who these people are that are holding me back in life. Okay. Daywalker. We gotta block Daywalker, because Daywalker is a coward. And Daywalker is probably, you know, some of these people online, they get to talking about sexual things because that's what they desire. And so I got to get rid of Daywalker, because, you know, we're not on the same type of time. I don't desire the same things you desire, and the things that YouTube was respectfully hiding from me, but I showed it. Yeah, I had to get rid of that because it's just homosexuality, and I'm not into that. To each his own. Whatever you want to do, that's between you and God. But, you know, don't come at me about certain things. I'm good on that. Hi, Julisi. Miss Francios. Read chat. Hi, read chat. I'm reading the chat. Tried to knock her up. Yes, Rosvita. That young lady from Panama, my very first and only Latino girlfriend, I tried to knock her ass up. I did. I sure enough did. We was doing it a lot, meaning we was having sex a lot when we first met. And she told me, she picked me up one day, and she basically sat me down and was like, look, I'm leaving and I'm going to Panama. And I said, what? And she was like, let's have sex one more time. So we had sex, and I was pounding her out, and I was trying to impregnate her, and I tried to knock her up. And the only thing she told me, because she felt it, and I'm sorry to the Christians out there about my language, but she felt it, and she was like, if I'm pregnant, you'll never see your child. It'll be in Panama. And I said, okay, I'm not going to Panama no time soon. Yeah, it's the only Latino girl I've ever messed with. Now, there is a biracial Latina girl that I did deal with, who was obsessed with me. God. She's obsessed with me to this day. And she's half black, half Panamanian. But me and her relationship, it didn't work out. It wasn't where I wanted to go. No disrespect to her. We stayed friends, which is great. And me and her, sometime, maybe I think 2010, 2011, she used to buy a tree for me and all that. And then she used to want me to, she used to want me to have sex with her, and she used to want to cheat with me on her boyfriend, who was some Latin guy. And she used to talk about how, insignificant he was. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to say what she was saying was insignificant. But she used to talk about how such an insignificant person he was and how inferior he was. But the thing is I already had somebody I was with. Things weren't, things were rocky and up and down. But I think that we were just sharing a moment. and we just stayed friends. Like, I really wasn't that into her. She knows that. I'm respectful to her though. That's my friend still. Well, at the time it was my friend, but I'm still respectful to her. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Julie Perry, okay. Brandy Driz, okay. She did the right thing. She not got away. She be stuck with so much pain and poverty. That the one that got away. I don't know who Luxury Saturn is, but she didn't do the right thing. You know what I'll say to Luxury Saturn is, on top of you being a coward, let me hold on. Let me. On top of Luxury Saturn being a coward, and probably from the Latin community, I'm not in poverty because I want to be in poverty, or homeless because I want to be. I'm being pushed down. I've said this before in many other lives. People are holding me down. People are doing whatever they can to keep me in this position. They're going behind my back. They're hacking me. They're getting this shut down. They're getting that down. It's not because I'm not able or not, you know, I'm more brilliant than a lot of you folks out there. And what I mean by a lot of you folks out there, I mean the haters like Luxury Saturn. You couldn't do half the things I can do, beloved. Beloved meaning my loved one. You're inferior to me. You just are. Luxury Saturn, you're inferior, and it is what it is. And here's how you know you're inferior. One, your comments. You're such a hater, you're such a blasphemous person that you have to just belittle and talk down to me, even though I'm not even talking down to you for real, and I don't even know who you are. But not only that, Luxury Saturn, you're hiding yourself. You see what I'm saying? And people who hide themselves are cowards. And so you have to hide yourself and talk behind I don't even know, there's some type of picture. You have to hide yourself in the chat. You follow me for whatever reason because you're inferior. You're addicted to me. I'm your God, and that's not should be. You have turned me into your God, Luxury Saturn. And because you have turned me into your God, you know, the Most High is going to discipline you in his timing and in his way. But that's all I'll say to Luxury Saturn. She's inferior, or it may be a he. He's inferior, she's inferior. Oh, it's a comedy channel. All right, you know what? Let's do this. And let's do that. Rosvita, you are now a moderator. You do as you please when it comes to the chat, and I'll let you run it from there. My good friend Rosvita is going to handle the handle. I appreciate you, dear. I made you a moderator, dear, so that you can do what you need to do as far as, you know, some of these people that are attacking me in the chat, that think it's comedy. But, you know, what I would say, Rosvita, what I would say is, I know you said you're atheist. But what I would say is, wish good things that these people come out so that I can debate them. Wish good things that these people come out that I can debate them and that we can see their faces and justice can be handled. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm asking my friend Rosvita for. But I made you a moderator. So, you know, you're most consistent up here. And, you know, I know you said don't listen to some of these folks. So next time I'll just let you handle the chat and we'll just keep it frank and everything like that. We've been on here an hour. Oh, man, if you don't want the promotion, send it back. If you don't want the promotion, send it back, dear. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now that these people, it's good that they expose themselves. You know, this is great, actually. Now I know exactly what I need to do, and it's gonna get done. So, anyways, um, oh, I didn't know that, Rosvita. I didn't know that. I didn't know how popular you were. You know, if you don't want to be moderator, it's okay. I'll resend it. I'll resend it if you don't want to be my moderator. You know what I mean? But I would appreciate it because obviously you're a good person for the chat. You know what I mean? You're a good person for chat. Thank you, dear. Anyways, we've been over an hour jiving with haters, and I just don't have time for it. But I entertained it just to dispel some of these things that they're saying, which is good. The Lord is good that He revealed some of the things that people are saying. I gotta go though. Lifestyle here, child of God. Peace.